For today's automakers, sophisticated finishes and special effect colors are ways to set their vehicles apart and attract new car buyers. Much of this is due to new technology that allows OEM stylists and color experts to create brilliant new colors and effects. Tri-coats, quad coats, matte finishes, and translucent colors, just to name a few. As eye-catching as these new looks are, collision repair facilities face the challenge of accurately matching and repairing sophisticated colors. It's critical that refinish technicians be up to speed with the latest product innovations, equipment upgrades, and application techniques. Turning to professional refinish training offered by paint companies is one effective way repair facilities are keeping their painters at the top of their game with the ability to recreate cutting-edge factory finishes. Today, I'm here with Steve Topcheski, OEM Business Development Manager for PPG, and we're going to talk about the importance of training as it relates to OEM specialty refinishes. Steve, can you give me some of your thoughts on the importance of training for today's OEM finishes?
Yeah, really, there's no way around it. In today's environment with the OEMs and the finishes that they're producing, it's really a requirement. And if you think about training, it's really not unique in our industry. We've been doing it a long time. Technicians are used to doing it. Body techs do it for welding and other procedures, so it is a requirement. If you think about those finishes and the technology that goes into it and the color and the development, the more that a technician can understand, the better they're going to have a chance to succeed when attempting those colors.
Steve, one thing that always comes up is the investment that a repair facility has to make by sending their technician to a multi-day training program, for example. What's kind of that return on investment? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we understand that's an investment, and we make that same investment. If you think about PPG and having 16 training centers throughout North America, we believe it's critical to have that technician in the classroom, be able to go in the back to the spray booth and apply what he's learned in that classroom. Getting him out of the shop gives him that ability to focus a little bit more, maybe get their hands on some new technology that they've not seen yet, some colors that they've not worked with. So it's really critical. We understand it's an investment, but that investment will help eliminate some of the redos and some of the issues that you might have in the shop that ends up being a lot more costly than the investment in training.
So that's a great point with the investment that the shop's making. What are some of what's the return that technician is going to get out of the training?
Yeah, so for the technician, I think time is money, right? So if you think about it, if they can come in and learn a few things that might help them with their process, maybe it's an application technique, maybe it's a reduction that they're not thinking about and they're starting to cheat the system a little bit. It's critical that they focus back on what they can do to improve their processes and application and improve that cycle time. The shop wins, the technician wins.
Steve, I see a lot of questions and posts from people on social media asking about specific colors, some of these newer technologies. There's some Mazda colors out there I've seen, Nissan GTR issues with some of their colors. Does PPG offer some advanced training for those types of issues?
Yeah, certainly. We've noticed that trend over the years, and we've dedicated a class now. It's called Tri-Coat and Specialty Finishes. You think about it, those specialty finishes are really becoming more common today. It might have been something that's on a special run. You mentioned the GTR, and it's maybe 100 vehicles or 150 vehicles. Now you look at the Mazda colors, the 46G and the 46V, that's available across their entire model line. So these technicians really have to get focused on that if they want to be in the game repairing those vehicles.
What other recommendations do you have as far as work with some of these OEM finishes?
Yeah, so outside of just our training that they're able to get through coming to our classes, you can lean on our territory managers. We've got a field force full of knowledge out there. We train our distributors. We've got technically trained distributors, a good resource for that. We've produced the videos. Go to the YouTube videos. If you've got a question like, why am I not getting this? What am I doing wrong? So there's a whole host of other opportunities for technicians to always kind of gain that access to information.
A lot of vehicle makers require paint maker certification for their networks. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah, so the growth of the certified collision programs within the industry. So if you look at even just the technology in itself, PPG needs to make sure, and other suppliers, premium paint brands, need to make sure that we meet that not only technical certification, for the properties required to withhold adhesion and so on. But we also need to make sure that our painters are certified, because those requirements from those OEM certified programs require to have a certified painter on staff, so then the paint supplying company can carry that limited lifetime warranty. So that's a critical piece as we look at OEM certification programs.
How does PPG handle refinish technician certification?
Yeah, so when we have a painter come in, we make sure they're being trained on the products that they're using in the shop. They go through that 2-day program, classroom, hands-on, making sure they have a really good understanding and comfort level of what they want to accomplish when they're painting a vehicle. So that's the first requirement, is to get them certified. And we also, when they do that, we also can get them that 6H certification as well.
Fantastic. So once a painter's been certified, how often do they have to recertify?
Yeah, every 2 years, it's really a requirement. And the OEMs do the same thing. They want everybody back in there every 2 years. Things are changing. We come out with some new products.
Sure.
We want to make sure they're using them correctly. And it's so it's a 2-year program, kind of back to that continuing education that we talked about at the beginning. And I think it's really critical too. Like I said too, you've got technicians that tend to start shortcutting things.
Sure.
And they start, and they're wondering why, you know, they might not be as successful. Sometimes you got to reel them back into the fundamentals as well.
Understood. So if I want to learn more about paint maker certification, where do I turn?
Yeah, ppgrefinish.com, click on training. It'll take you right to our training website, list of all the classes, the locations, the videos. We've got some online training as well. So it's all right there in our training website.
Fantastic. Well, Steve, I really appreciate your time today, and look for more information from PPG Refinish.